I'm rising to oppose House Bill 6066. You know, in Michigan, we have the checks and balances to make sure that elections will be done properly with integrity. We have so many checks and balances with the local clerk and then 30,000 precinct workers. The Secretary of State's staff has doubled down on scrubbing the voter list of 889,000 people who are deceased or moved out of the state to eliminate vulnerabilities in the system. And I feel confident that ours will have the integrity in it because we've taken the steps. We've really doubled down on them so people will have that confidence. Now, I wish I could take credit for that. That is the best argument against House Bill 6066. But in fact, none of those are my words at all. Those are the original comments, direct quotes from our Secretary of State, Ruth Johnson, a Republican, and her staff. So you'll have to excuse me, Mr. Speaker, for this case of political whiplash that I'm suffering from. When you have a president-elect who says that large-scale voter fraud is happening on and before Election Day, that's a quote from him. You have a Secretary of State who administers our elections, and she says she doesn't believe that cases of people fraudulently voting is widespread. That's a quote from her. And then you have a package of bills here that's presented to set policy that protects the integrity of our elections. That's a quote from the bill sponsor. So if you compile that all together, Republicans are telling the people of the state of Michigan that we have a huge problem of voter fraud in our election system. Fraud that can't possibly exist with the system that we have set up. So we're introducing these bills to improve the system that isn't vulnerable to begin with. This legislation is a solution in search of a problem, except the problem isn't clear and the solution is even murkier. And that would be pointless enough, but these bills create even more problems. There are significant barriers for people to get the proper identification, and these bills don't address the significant costs of time and of money that will be incurred by some people, and to put that more directly, the state's poorest people in order to vote. So I side with our election administrators from my local clerk who told me just today that our current system worked properly on Election Day, to the top election official here in the state of Michigan, our Secretary of State. I urge a no vote on this legislation.